What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Gotham Knights review scores. They are out. They dropped very early in the morning, and they aren't great. Now, I want to say a couple things before we, of course, get into the review scores. I stand by my principles and what I've said before. Make your own opinion. Now, you can definitely look at review scores. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know there are people that use review scores to make that final kind of decision for them when they've already, done most of the work. I just, would implore you to not make your decision 1000% off of review scores, because this game actually is all over the place, right? It's got a 69 on Metacritic, I believe, based off 51 sites, and it definitely has some at the very top. It definitely has, there are 95s, there's 9.5s, there's 9s, there's plenty of 8s, but there's also plenty of 7s. There's also like a 4, I think 2 4s actually. There's several 5s. So there's scores everywhere. Then of course you have, YouTubers, Skill Up, ACG, etc. that don't have, that many amazing things to say as well. Overall, the scores say that this game is pretty mediocre. Now again, make your own decision, but we're going based off the reviews, for the purpose of this video. What's funny is I actually think we'll see if I'm right when I actually play the game and I make my own decision. But one of the things I said going into this game is some of the positives, like the surprising positives of this game, could be the story and the characters of the Knights if it works. And seemingly throughout all of these, now there are some say the performance is really bad, like the acting performance is really bad. The performance of the game also, some people said was bad as well. But the performance, some people said was bad, but overwhelmingly, okay, even the lowest scores, overwhelmingly people did really like the narrative, and people really did like the characters. Some didn't think they kind of evolved the characters enough. Some thought, there were things here and there. But overall, it does seem like that is the biggest strength of the game. And the combat kind of varies from these people. You do get a general sense that the combat is fine. It is fun, but maybe it breaks down when you get harder enemies, or it just becomes too repetitive. The gear system seems to kind of be an overwhelming negative, that it doesn't work with the game. It seems like it's kind of out of place, like it was meant for a live service game, and they put it into here. So the gear and the resource collecting, all that kind of stuff, the mission design, like some of the crime activity design, all that stuff seems to be a really big negative as well. So there's things here and there. Ultimately, it is kind of what I said, at least based off of what we've seen so far, is that there are a couple really big strengths. Now, if the strengths weren't there, this game probably is like a 4 or 5 out of 10 to these reviewers. So the strengths really help. And then the negatives is kind of the outskirt stuff, kind of the minute-to-minute things that you're doing in this game. Some people frustrated by the combat. Some people frustrated by the design choices. Some people a lot of people frustrated by the gear. That seems to be what we're getting here from these reviews. So they're not great. They're definitely not great. I was hoping for, well, like I said, I was hoping for the low 80s. I was expecting the high 70s. I really thought 77, 78. I know I made my range. I think I said like 73 wouldn't shock me. But getting in the 6s, and it's not over. You expect a couple more reviews probably as the day goes on. I mean, it's at a 69. We'll see if it can crack the 70. One thing that and again, I don't go based off review scores. I have the game downloaded. It's ready to go. I gave them the money. I'm ready to play it and form my own opinion. But what I find very funny is that it actually has a lower score than the new Tales from the Borderlands game, which looks atrocious and seems to me like they're going to murder one of the best, franchises, even though it's just one game that we've ever seen in Tales from the Borderlands from Telltale. So very funny to me that a game that I've always kind of, I'm not really, and you guys should know this by now, I'm not very negative off the jump with many games. I tend to give games their chance. New Tales from the Borderlands just really ticked me off, and this game has a lower score right now than that game. Now again, different sites, different people that are reviewing these games. I'm not saying that's like a be-all, end-all, because it absolutely isn't. And I'll be making my opinions, let's say, on both of these games very, very soon. But yeah, so that's what we have here. It just seems like a very uneven game. Some things that definitely suck, some things that are kind of uneven, and some things that are surprisingly good, which ironically enough is kind of what I predicted going into it. So let me know what you guys thought of the scores. If you maybe saw somebody you trusted online or whatever, what did they think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna get to playing it rather soon, and we'll go from there. We're gonna have lots of events as as I said yesterday, we have a community event this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time or 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be playing the game on the Series X with you guys. The live stream is already up. You can click it. You can set reminders for it. So if you guys want to play the game with me or just watch me play, that's on Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live streaming it as well. Maybe today. We'll see about today, but definitely tomorrow as well. So lots of live streams, lots of videos. I'll do a review when I beat the game, and we'll go from there, all right? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.